here on this show. Joan.
Hello, welcome to Soul, Light, and Body. Happy
Hello
Monday.
everyone.
Happy Monday to each and every one of you. Welcome to Soul, Light, and Body. Today is such a beautiful day because we are giving another chance that we could change our course. If you realize that in your life things are not going the way how you would like it to go, we are given this golden opportunity. We are given this present moment that we could change our mindset and we could take a next direction and we could see changes happening in our lives. As we grow, our priorities are changed, and it's okay to change your priorities. Are you still continue to do your journaling? Because it's super important to put pen on paper and do your journaling. Write down things that you're grateful for. Three things that you're grateful for. Because many times we just hop out of our beds and we don't take that time to show gratitude. What is your morning routine? What is your morning routine? What modalities are you using to incorporate in your morning routine? Because that really helps an individual to kickstart the day. It helps to recharge you. It helps you to understand more about yourself. When you start to journal, there are so many things you would surprise that would come out as you start to put that pen on that paper. Find the time each day, every morning, find the time. We have the time in our hands and we could find that time. Get up a little bit early, even if it's 10 minutes before you kickstart your day. Because the first 30 minutes, it is so important how your day is going to really run. And many times we say, oh, my day is not going good at all. How did you start your day? It all depends on what modalities you are choosing to start your day. If it's meditation, yoga, what prayers, whatever modality, find a modality to kickstart your day. It is so important. What matters most in your life? What matters most in your life? That is the question for you today. What matters most in your life? How are you showing up? How are you really showing up for yourself and for humanity? How are you showing up? What are some of the things that you're telling yourself when you look yourself in the mirror? Are they nice things or are they not so nice things? You're given this present moment that you can start afresh. You can start afresh. You can pause and start afresh because you're given this golden present moment to do that. Use beautiful words to describe yourself. Write out affirmations that is going to help you. Personalize affirmations, excuse me, that is going to help you. Because when we do that, we help ourselves and empower ourselves and we change the mindset that we are really moving forward with. It is super important that we invest in ourselves. Invest in yourself. If you can't do it on your own, get yourself a coach. Reach out and get yourself a coach who can help you to go deep within and find those gems that are within your life. So don't sit there and say, you know what, I'm going to give up. There is no hope for me. No, no. This is not a time to give up. Don't let fear paralyze you. Let fear be the pathway for you to see things that need to be seen. Use fear as the pathway. Because when you start to dive deep within, there is so many things you will discover about yourself. So from today, from this moment, get up and start to walk. Take action with your life. This morning, we got such a beautiful topic because many of us are sitting there and we're thinking we want to start a business. How can we start this business? What are some of the tools them that we need to start our business? Or if we are in a business as an entrepreneur and if the business is not going that well with us, this morning we have a beautiful guest, Thomas, and he is here to help us to understand what are some of the things that we could incorporate in our business for it to be successful. What are some of the tools that we need to really use to help our business to grow and to be successful? So grab a notepad, a pen, your cup of coffee, a glass of water, or your green juice, and just sit back and ride with us for this 1 hour because there'll be so many gems that we'll be giving away this morning from Thomas. And you could use these gems to help your business to grow and to evolve. So just sit back and enjoy this 1 hour with us. If you have not subscribed yet to Soul Light and Body on YouTube channel, you can go in the comments below and you could subscribe so you will never miss none of these juicy episodes. Every week we try to bring a guest on that could help you in whatever area in your life that you're really trying to enhance. We try to bring the different beautiful guests on that it could give you these gems and tools that you could add to your toolbox to move forward with your life. I'm Karen Pascal, holistic health and wellness coach and a co-author of 2 ebooks with my sister Joan Williams. And if you have not subscribed yet for these magazines, please go in the comments below and subscribe. They are beautiful magazines. There's so much beautiful articles, things that you can learn, recipes. I say no more. Go and subscribe and you will see exactly what we're talking about. I'll now hand the mic over to Joan. Joan, excuse me.
Thank you so much. Great opening as always.
Thank you.
More to you, our lovely guest, Thomas Hoon, and to you viewers who are watching us live, and to those who are going to be catching us on the replay. I already see Christine is there, and hi, Christine. It's Monday. We are here again.
Yes.
And every day, I would say, and Karen would say, every day is a gift.
Yes.
It's a gift that we have another opportunity to live out our purpose, live out our true potential, and make a difference in the world globally, because the world is small now because of technology. So every day, give gratitude because you're here and you still have another chance to tick off something on your list that is going to create an impact in the world. Are you able to trust yourself and bring that dream out, what you're impregnated with? Draw it out. You might be impregnated with a dream and you might think, oh my God, this might be too big. No, 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 no. Birth that gift. Don't think about how it's going to happen. The universe will support you. People are going to show up and help you to bring that dream and let it materialize. Go for it. Go for it. Celebrate your small wins. Because sometimes we might be working on a project and we're trying to get to the destination or get to the end of that project. No. Every step that you make and you make that accomplishment, celebrate that. So you work to attain that. You work hard to attain that. Stop, pause, soak that moment up and celebrate it. And then you move to the next, the next step. Are you practicing self-care? Because for us to live life, and this body that we have to, one body that we have to travel through life with, we got to take good care of it. We got to nourish ourselves. We got to eat the right food. We got to stay hydrated. And self care is not only what we eat or what we put into our bodies, but are we able to look at ourselves and remove every clutter that we have within? Forgiveness, holding on to things that does not serve us well. Because when we hold on to things that does not serve us well, what happens? We hinder the goodness to come in. We hinder that. We block in that. So let's make clearance inside and out so we can receive all the goodness that is there for us, that life has for us, that the universe has for us, that we could travel through and navigate and live our full and true essential self. Are you showing yourself love? Are you showing yourself compassion? Because sometimes we may not have anyone to pour that on us, but it starts with you. It starts with you. Love yourself. Show yourself that level of compassion. Because every day that we live, we want to walk in step in our greatness, live our excellence. And to attain and to do that, those are some of the components that we have to have. Those are some of the tools that we have to carry with us to live that out. Because how are you showing up in your spaces? Are you showing up with a level of energy? Because we got to do, if we're doing life, we got to do life with energy, high vibration. Because when our energy is low, mentally, we don't even feel that great. Brain fog. And no, come with energy. Raise that level of vibration so that when you walk in a room, people can feel that presence and continue believing in yourself. Because you know what? You're special. You're beautiful. You're one of a kind. You are worthy. Get to that place of worthiness. You deserve the best. Live the best, deserve the best, and walk in that space with a level of confidence. Are you setting your intentions? Setting your intentions is so important. And when we set our intentions, setting it with a level of clarity must be clear as crystal. This is what I'm going after. This is my goals, whatever that intention may be. And then walk with a level of confidence. Move with a level of confidence so that you can work with your intention and you can able to attain that. Thank you all for being here this morning. My name is Joan Williams, Holistic Health and Wellness Coach. And thank you for all the great reviews of our Start Healthy magazine. It's truly amazing. And it's nice that you can have it on your nightstand and look at all the healthy aspects of it. And take little bit tips here and there that can help you to serve you on your daily basis. Our newsletter is going to be out, and we are also working on another book and all the things, our projects that we're working on, you'll get well. Our guest today is someone who is truly amazing. I know you said all our guests are, yes, they are amazing, because when they come to the space of soul, light, and body, the level of value that they bring to the space can help each one in their own spaces. You take what worked for you, what not, sure, you let. But there's a level of enrichment that is in soul, light, and body. So sit back, relax, and let us grab and soak in everything that Thomas is going to help us with in our area of business and startups and mindset and how we should focus when we think of, oh, I want to start a business. He's going to give us the level of guidance, what it entails, and the challenges when you're thinking about in the line of business and entrepreneurship. So Thomas, welcome. Thank you for saying yes.
Thank you, Karen and Joanne. I was trying to sink into your inspiring messages. So let me just give me a minute to absorb everything that you said. It was actually driving me. I feel so motivated listening to your introductory messages that what have to do in order to outdo the both of you? It was so inspiring for me. but anyway, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are. My name is Thomas Hoon. I'm happy to be here to be invited to the show by Karen and Joanne. For those who do not know me, basically I have 23 years of experience in the selling and business development in telecommunications and IoT industry in Asia, and I've achieved over 100 million in enterprise sale, selling very complex solutions to mobile operators, mobile phone companies like Huawei, Xiaomi, your app developers, enterprise solutions, and government agencies. So I do contribute regularly on LinkedIn. I will make it a point, like what Karen is saying, make it a habit to do something. So I make it a point to write an article every day. So the topics that I'm concentrating on is China's business trends, culture, emerging technologies, sales strategies, motivational tips, management techniques, entrepreneurship, which is today's subject, and of course, the latest technology. If you are not following me, please do follow me on Thomas Soon. So much so about selling about myself. Um, I was being invited by Karen and Joanne to talk on this show sometime in June. I was approached by them in June. So they asked me, am I free to actually participate in the show? To be honest, I'm excited to be part of this show. I heard about this show for a long time, and to be given a chance to be asked to talk in this show, I feel very honored. So thank you, Karen and Joanne, for inviting me over again. And at that point of time when they approached me, I was in China. So I actually requested for a call and asked to discuss with them what sort of topic should I be presenting, given my experience. Should I be talking about my sales and business development in my MNCs? Or should I be talking about motivational techniques because I manage teams of different countries, whether is it in Singapore, Thailand, Manila, Vietnam. I have teams over there. Should I be talking about how do I motivate people in those areas? But eventually, I came to a conclusion. Why not talk about entrepreneurship, which is on everybody's mind? Or
Yeah.
at least given that I have experience in involving myself in 5 startups, so I thought this is an excellent topic which I could talk about and probably share my experience as well as learn from everybody with regards to entrepreneurship. I'm a teacher as well as a student at the same time. So just sit back, relax. I'll prefer this to be an interactive session.
Yeah.
So if I'm talking too fast, if you do not if you don't understand my accent, or if there's anything you wish to stop me and ask me about, please feel free to do so.
Mhm.
Okay, so without further ado, like I say, I was involved in 5 startups. So my first job, my first job in my career is actually a startup. I joined the I joined this startup in the time in which everybody is talking about .com. I'm not too sure how many of you is old enough to remember the .com era, but during the .com era, everybody has the idea of setting up a website or try to get the viewers in, try to put some advertisements, IPO list, everybody get rich, everybody is happy. Sounds perfect. Everybody, of course, the founders of the company in which set up this company think so too. But unfortunately, in a perfect world, things don't work like that because in a startup or at least the .com boom, it wasn't sustainable. So imagine as someone new in the workforce joining a company on the first day with 15 colleagues, and by the third month, there's only 4 of us left. Which 4? The general manager, the admin lady, the programmer, as well as myself. So it was a harrowing experience when you are so new to the workforce, yet on the third month itself, you see every colleague saying goodbye to you. Hey, see you in the future. Wish you best in the future. So what do you do? Do you stay on? Would you stay on and fight, or do you just leave? Joanne, Karen, what do you think?
Stay on.
Yeah,
Stay on. Yep, that's what I did.
keep moving
Uh,
forward.
moving forward, actually, being so new in my career, I felt that there's nothing to lose,
True.
and
True.
totally given that this is a startup, it's a perfect opportunity for me to pick up the skills because I was very green out of my university. So a lot of things that I learned is on the books, but there's no chance to practice them. So this startup actually gives me an opportunity to practice what I've learned in the university. We are actually running a SaaS service even before SaaS was becoming popular. I'm not too sure whether you have heard about this service, but I reckon you probably don't. What the service that we were running then was actually a reminder service. So how we are doing it is basically you key in the dates and time you need to be reminded of. Once you log into the system, it'll send you a SMS text to your mobile phone and remind you, hey Joanne, there's a talk show happening in 10 minutes time. Please remember to join the talk show. So this is what we've been doing, but of course this is not monetizable. But saying that, it was tough. We don't have a actual product because we were trying to change our business model from a .com to a company that is selling a product. So we do not have a product. So what do we need to do? We started talking to technology companies. We started talking to universities, asking them if there's something they can develop for us in which we can become their marketer and we sell for them. So eventually, we some students from NTU, National Technology University of Singapore, actually get back to us. Basically, what they do is they can develop a SMS system in which this SMS system, once connected to a computer, it can actually send messages out to your mobile phone. So what this means to me? It means that the company that I work for, which has .com dreams and which was hit by .boom, finally has a product to sell. Yay! End of story? No, unfortunately not. It's not as easy as it sounds. Because as a .com company, basically, as a new company, as a new startup, everybody that you approach, they'll probably try to run you down. They say, "Hey, I've not heard about your company. This is new to me. I don't believe what you are telling me. I only send SMS to my wife, to my husband. Are you telling me that my application that I'm running can send an SMS?" So basically, this is a rejection that I get when I some, try to sell or articulate a vision to my customers or potential customers. It was demoralizing because I was 20 years old then. Uh, it was not easy to handle, but of course, saying that I decided it's part and parcel of my sales career. And if I'm able to overcome this disappointment, it will in fact benefit me in the long run. So I decided to fight on. I decided to approach more companies. I can tell you, out of 100 companies that I approach cold calls, 99 companies will say no. One of them probably out of sympathy, hey, young man, okay, let's talk. Let's come to my office and have some coffee. I would like to listen to a proposition. So this is a kind of expectations or the kind of rejections that I get. But saying that, after every rain, there's sunshine.
True. True.
True.
That
Yep. So we managed to find our breakthrough. One of the local stations, Power 98. Power 98 is one of the leading radio stations in Singapore. So we actually pitched to them the idea of using SMS for song dedication. They say, it sounds like a perfect idea because at that point of time, people is only dialing in to dedicate songs, and the hotlines are very limited. So with an SMS system, basically the DJ could now receive messages, receive well wishes from the subscribers, from their fans, and hey, this POC that we launched eventually became so popular that finally somebody believed in us. So the point I'm trying to say is don't let rejection hold you down
True.
because there's always somebody out there who will
True.
believe in you. All you need to do is need a bit of more patience, need a bit of more resilience to actually make things happen. Always believe in yourself, have a positive attitude, and you will eventually succeed.
I'm
So, so
so glad you brought that up.
I'm sorry again.
No, I said we're so happy that you brought that point out, how
Oh,
you took
definitely.
rejection, because we all go through rejection at some point in time in our lives, career, whatever area it is. But you're telling us how we can continue to persist and continue, and don't let that stop you or hinder you from moving forward.
Yep, definitely. So after closing the first big win, I became supercharged. I started approaching all the big organizations out there, and eventually, we launched another system which capture the global attention. We have a SMS system tied to a attendance marking system. So what the system does is, if the student didn't come to school, basically it will automatically send a messages to the parents and phone, hey, your child didn't come to school. Can you please call me back? So this kind of messages, it was featured in international news. It was featured in CNN. Everybody started to believe that the solution that we are selling can benefit enterprise solutions and can be used for enterprise, because SMS in the year 2000 is basically peer-to-peer, which is mobile to mobile.
Yes.
So eventually, we managed to convince the entire industry, or to a certain extent, the entire world, that SMS is a viable solution. Eventually, we also managed to run programs with Singtel Mobile, and we are also one of the first company to run machine-to-machine messaging. So what does it does is, we put our system in a vending machine, and if the vending machine, the inventory is running low, you'll send a text message to the logistics, say, please top up this vending machine. Similarly, we did something for water probes in canals. We did something for car park systems. So everybody started believing in us.
Right.
And saying that, next comes to my next big break. Because of what we did with mobile technology then, we were actually invited by Economic Development Board of Singapore. Economic Development of Singapore is an agency in Singapore which promotes economic growth as well as development through their initiatives, policies, and programs. So I was actually invited to lead a JV between them as well as quasi-government agency in Korea as a VP of Sales and Operations. This is actually another startup. This is not an established company. So I was pretty excited because during those times, Korean wave is starting to get popular. So people is trying to find more information about Korean music, Korean culture. Your colleague Tommy, which has experience in working in Korea as well, I'm sure she appreciates what talking about it now. So that company was set up to export Korean culture out in a digital format. The reason why I want to bring out this is because everybody can start a business. But what sort of value proposition do you bring to the table?
True.
That's
Are
so
you
important.
are you solving a particular need or requirement in which
Yes.
the market wants? So this is an important question for every entrepreneur want to be out there. So saying that, it's a Korean and Singapore JV. Of course, there's cross-cultural challenges because we are talking about people from two different countries coming together for a common goal. Like I mentioned earlier in the show, there's also issues like seniority, age, structure within a Korean culture which we need to follow. But other than that, as long as you are providing what the market needs, all these problems, I, I would deem this as noise because it can be solved. What the most important an entrepreneur needs to do is to give what the market wants. If you have what the market wants, basically you're going to fly.
That is so true.
Wow.
That is so, I mean, you, everything you said and you explained is so beautiful, because that is what all of us want to hear is like, how do we, because we're like, okay, I want to pursue business, I want to leave my job, I want to own what, own something, be my own business person. But it takes a lot: persistence, determination, courage, not giving up, handling rejection, and all that stuff. So let's say someone listening to you this morning and say, I want to start my own business, I want to leave my job. What would you advise them first to do? Because you're in a job that is secure, but you still feel not satisfied and you're looking to do something on the other side. What's the first one thing you can say to them this morning?
What is your passion? how do you derive your passion? What are you passionate about? Because in my point of view, if you are passionate about something, you need not need to work a single day at all, because you are basically following your passion in doing something. My passion is trying to build something from scratch and do something meaningful to the world. That's the reason why I've been running startups for most part of my career. So my question to any entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs want to be is your drive, is your passion driving you?
True.
Is it money, or is it recognition that is driving you?
Mm. Yeah. What is it? I think once the person can answer that question, that's the answer right there. Would you agree?
Yes, definitely. And of course, whether you are able to leave your comfort zone. This is an important question for anyone who wants to start a entrepreneur or start a business. Of course, if you are retrenched from your job, that makes the decision easier. But if you are having a comfortable job, you are drawing a salary like more than 200K every year, like myself, it's a big question whether you can actually live the comfort of the five-star hotel travels, the five-star hotels, the business class travels, the chance to visit many countries, a stable salary, a stable job, a well-defined job scope.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to leave your comfort zone? Um, Personally, I think being discomfort is growth.
Yes.
Yes. So great. So
Being
agree with.
discovered is growth. You
Mm.
need to make yourself discomfort in order to grow. Or else you'll be stagnant, and sooner or later you'll be replaced by somebody else. Whether
True.
is it your company or whether is it a company that you started. So the drive, the comfort level is, for me. I'll try to make myself as uncomfortable as possible, because I want to keep growing. I want to keep learning. I want to learn. I want to share my experience with everybody. At the same time, I want to learn from everybody who has a different kind of experience with me.
Right.
Yes.
So as an entrepreneur, you might have lots of experience, lot of background behind you, but do not, being an entrepreneur is total different experience at all. Because first of all, you are always facing issues like cash flows.
Mm.
You're always facing issues like staff motivation, because most of the people in the startup are not paid well. And in my first company, I didn't draw a salary for 2 months just for the track record. But 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 I'm working under a fantastic boss. He was my first mentor, and I believe I benefited from his experience. That's the reason why I actually stayed on in that.
Wow.
Wow. So beautifully, just listening to you, Thomas. There's so much gems you're dropping this morning.
Yes. Yes.
For
Yes.
someone who is starting a business, or someone who is thinking about starting a business, you're helping us to understand that the road is not easy.
Definitely.
It's not a walk in the park.
Wow.
You're helping us to understand that there will be rejection. We will come up against rejection, but it's the persistent and the mindset,
Mm-hmm.
the way how we really position ourselves when those things really arise in front of us. How can we deal with it? And how can we use rejection and fuel ourselves to move forward without having the fear? As I said earlier, we use the fear as the pathway. We use the fear to drive us to go further and not giving up when rejection comes up in front of us. So you really help us to really understand how we should really navigate and move through when these challenges come up before us. Because look at you this morning sitting talking to us. There are so many things you have accomplished,
Mm-hmm.
and not allowing rejection and fear to hold you back. You use that as a fuel to help you to launch yourself. And many times we look at rejection and we see it as a bad thing and say, you know what? Okay, this person reject us. I'm not going to do this anymore. But you look at it as a way that you could move forward. And if even self-rejection come up in our lives, we could able to step back, look at what we are doing and see what we could add to it to enhance it more. So when we approach someone else, we have more things now to offer this other individual so that they could see things through a different lens now. So my next question to you, what do you think are the key qualities for success?
Well, um, I don't think entrepreneurs are superheroes. They are not expected to do everything. Even though in a startup experience that I have, I'm expected to do business development. I'm expected to do sales. I'm expected to do marketing, digital online, everything I need to do. But even though my business card actually says business development manager, we might be jack of all trades, but we are not superhero. We definitely have a team in which we can rely on. So if you are an entrepreneur starting your own business, first of all, be open to dedicate some of your stuff to some of your roles and responsibilities to your staff so that they can actually carry the load for you. But at the same time, as an entrepreneur working in a startup, we should be inspiring our fellow members rather than ordering them around because startup mentality is totally different. Everybody wants to be able to cash out their equity eventually upon the successful sale of the company or the listing of the company. But in the day-to-day running of operations, you need to inspire and make sure that your fellow members and colleagues are aligned to your vision of the organization.
True, true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That,
And
that
yep, go
no, you
ahead. Karen, you're saying?
Yeah, what you just said, it is so important.
very.
When you have team members, each team member, you want to align with what your vision, whatever you're doing, you want each team member to be that energy to be aligned with what you're doing. That's super important indeed, what you just said.
That is so important. Everybody got to be on board.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
good on board for the common good of the company. Because if one person is out of alignment, then we cannot achieve what we're aspiring for. Would you agree?
Totally agree. And the other qualities of an entrepreneur is whether you can totally keep up work-life balance out of the picture. Because in a newspaper, recently we talk about work-life balance, we need to have some work as well as rest at the same time. But unfortunately, shocking truth, or at least the best kept secret, entrepreneurs don't have work-life balance. Basically, we work most of the time. I was just telling you that I was doing working and holidaying at the same time in Bangkok last week. I was working throughout the weekends to make sure that my accounts are in order, so that I can talk to my auditors in this week. So entrepreneur doesn't have a work-life balance. Of course, mentally we have to be very positive, very strong, and believe that whatever that we are doing, the sacrifices that we have today is going to benefit us in the future.
Yes.
That's so true.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
think
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I'm gonna just say, as business and being an entrepreneurship, I think there is where the struggle comes in to balance your personal life, your family life with work. I think there is where the struggle is. What is the tip that you can give us that we can help to compartmentalize and maintain those places?
Well, you definitely need to have a list of priorities. Everybody is given 24 hours a day. Make sure that you spend these 24 hours well by planning ahead what you need to do. Like what Karen mentioned earlier in the show, we need to have a habit of waking up early. Make sure you soak yourself into the atmosphere and make sure yourself is motivated to start the day with a bang so that you can be very productive for the rest of the day.
Yes.
So true.
Yeah.
That
Such
is super important. That is super important. Starting your day, it is super important. What modalities you're using to start your day is super important because it sets the tone for the day. It sets the tone for the day.
Right.
My next question to you: how can an individual plan financially for their business future?
Well, this is a tough question. Most of the um most of the entrepreneurs will start the business. As far as the entrepreneurs that I know start the business, actually started a business with their own savings. So
Mm.
they probably plow wherever that they have saved throughout their career into the savings, into the business, and try to make sure that the business succeeds. But saying that, if you have a family, or you have commitments to a family, this is not an easy balance to achieve. So my advice to you is, make sure you have a runway of 2 years.
Mhm.
Imagine that 2 years of making continual losses, and if you have those kind of money available to sustain your business for 2 years, then you can actually put milestones in which you want to achieve for every quarter, to see whether you are able to achieve those milestones, so that your business is on track. If you are not able to achieve those milestones, whether is it the first 3 months or the first 6 months or the first 9 months, then you might need to consider if this business is something that you should continue to pursue. Is this something that you are good in doing it, or is it this business is a great product, a great solution, but it's not at the right time at the right market? So these are the questions you need to ask yourself. Financially is very important, but of course, if you have angel investors coming into the picture, that will be a totally different picture totally, because you are using somebody funds to grow the business. But of course, you are letting go the equity, the ownership of the business to your investors. So there's always a balance to everything.
Yes, there is. And I like how you mentioned that, because my next question was going to be to you, is that when do you take the evaluation of your business, when you stop and pause for a minute and see, you know, is this business moving in the direction that I want to do? If, especially if you start your startup, is you're using your own level of resources, when can you talk to an investor to come in and involve as partnership into your business?
Um, to be honest, I've participated in 5 startups, 2 startups as employee, and 3 startups as investor myself. Um, I I don't I will usually have a business plan of how do we want to achieve our targets, what kind of targets they want to achieve, what are the kind of milestones that we want. But to
Mhm.
be honest, a business plan today is as good as a history book yesterday. So you should be evaluating your results every month, especially if you are coming your own money, investing your own money in the business. You need to evaluate your business every month, your results every month, whether they are reaching targets, what are the things that you have done correctly to achieve this result. If not, what are the things that you have done wrong which can be corrected to achieve better results. So these are the questions you need to constantly ask yourself. Business plan is good as a guideline, but your plans are always changing because market is always changing.
Right.
You need to be very adaptable as an entrepreneur, or even you are working for somebody. You need to be adaptable to changing needs of the market. You look at Blockbuster, which is the largest video rental company in USA. But Netflix came and they ignore Netflix challenges, and within 1 or 2 years, they became obsolete. So that's how fast the market is actually changing, given the technological improvements, given now we are talking about AIs. So we
Yeah.
need to understand how those technological advances actually changes your target market.
Wow.
What is your take on AI?
AI is going to do most of the repetitive stuff in which we are doing, but it's definitely not going to replace human, at least for now, in the next 5 to 10 years. So it's going to make us more productive. It'll probably free us up a lot of time to do some other thing.
Okay, great.
Wow.
Great, great.
Okay,
My
thank
next question to you is, you're moving to different countries, right? And as you move to different countries to help people with their businesses, each company works differently according to the country.
Definitely. Um, my experience is totally in Asia, but I've sold in every country, almost every country in Asia, from Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, where else? Cambodia, Brunei, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, India, Japan, Korea, China. So these are
Wow.
the countries in which I have customers all over in. And I can tell you the differences between these countries are so huge.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And how people do things is totally different. So that's why I earlier in the show I keep mentioning about adaptability. You need to adapt yourself to changing market conditions. You need to adapt yourself to different markets. So what are the challenges I face in all these different markets? For example, in China, in order to do a business, you need to become a friend of that businessman first. They don't talk about business first. They talk about friendship first. Once you are a friend, business comes naturally. That's in China.
Mm-hmm.
In Korea, basically, if you are trying to sell a solution to someone who is senior or or someone who is high up in the ranking, do make sure you have enough life experience before you talk to them, or else they'll totally ignore you and kick you out of the office. So these are different kind of markets that we are talking about. In Thailand, everybody is very polite. They will say yes, yes, I like your solution, but at the end of the day, they didn't buy your solution because they are too polite to say no to you. So you need to be aware of the different cultural nuances in order to operate successfully in all these markets.
Wow. That's
Wow.
great to know.
It is.
That's a nugget. That is a nugget because you help us to understand that each country, the culture is different, the way how they handle business is different. And now you're able to let us know because you've been dealing with all of these countries. So you help us to understand that the culture and the business is totally different and the way how they do things. So that's really good to know. My next question to you. Someone is thinking now to market their business and they don't know where to start. Should they contact a coach to help them to understand the ins and outs to market the business, or should they just sit there and try to do it on their own? Advise us.
um, there's two school of thoughts. Excuse me. These are two school of thoughts. Both of these ideas have their own pros and cons.
Mm-hmm.
But as someone who has actually run through and operated in 5 startups, I would think it's important for anyone who wants to start a business to find a mentor or a coach to guide them. Reason of which because a mentor or coach can provide guidance.
Mm-hmm.
The mentor probably has experience in doing business there. He can share insights, practical advice based on their own experience. Learning from someone who has already navigated the challenges and successes of entrepreneurship can actually help us avoid the common pitfalls in starting a business. So my advice to anybody who want to start a business, please, please, please go and find a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, beautiful,
That is so.
beautiful. Yeah, because many times we tell ourselves, okay, we can do it on our own, right? But there is so many challenges with which we're gonna come up, we're gonna face. And when we have a mentor or a coach, they could help us to understand, you know what, these challenges gonna come up, but here are some tools that you can use when these challenges really arise. Let's say now a person retire, right? And they have X amount of money and they're looking to start a business. What advice could you give to that individual who retire and they're looking for ways now to really invest some money that they're holding, their retirement? How can that person start a business?
There's few ways you can start a business. Of course, you can start the business by setting up a business himself, but I would suggest the person who is retiring should enjoy the retirement rather than be involved in day-to-day
True.
running a business. Let somebody else who has the passion, who has the energy to run this business for them.
Mhm.
So be an angel investors or invest some money into a company, so to see whether you can actually help that company grow the business, because there's many business out there which has lots of potential, but
Mhm.
what they are lacking is someone to guide them, and what they are lacking is the business to actually scale the business into bigger customers group. So be an angel investors, invest in these companies, talk to entrepreneurs, talk to these people who has lots of energy, lots of passion, who wants to start something, learn about them, and if it's find something in which if it's what you like or what they're going to do with your money, invest in them, trust them, put your bet in them and see them grow. Every big business starts from. We talk about Google, they started out small. You talk about Apple, which started out in a garage. You talk about Amazon, which actually started out in a garage as well. So all these business start small, but they have somebody who believes in them and put money in them. So my advice: put your money into somebody else's business, and you might seeing them grow into the next Google. If not even the next Google, someone like Airbnb or even someone smaller is good enough.
Wow.
Wow, thank you for that.
Wow. So another thing, as you're talking to me, I'm pedaling back and I'm listening to you, and I'm saying to myself, when we pick up our cell phones and we are sending an SMS, right? You is one of the individuals who helped for this whole thing to unfold. Am I correct?
Yes, we were probably one of the earliest company to do it. We have the first mover advantage, but at the same time, the marketing books always talk about first mover advantage. But in my personal experience, first mover advantage is also a first bleeder. Why am I saying so? Because you go out there and make all the mistakes. Your competitor looks at you and
Yes.
say, okay, this stupid guy spent so much money making these mistakes. Now I'm going to take whatever that mistakes that he made and I'm going to perfect it. So whatever that you do, make sure that you have enough research, study the market enough in order to make that decision, rather than going in blindly via a trial and error. Because entrepreneurship, yes, there's some amount trial and error, but mostly is based on very detailed research, detailed understanding of the market.
Right.
Wow. 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 What are some of your routines you follow each day?
Well, if you send me a message, probably okay. Now it's 10:25. You send me a message at 7 hours time. I'll probably be up already. I'm up very early in the morning. Um, I make sure I wake up very early in the morning so that I have I have the time to think through what I need to do in the morning. I also spend some time exercising because exercising actually helps makes your brain more active,
Yes. Yeah.
and so that you can stay fresh throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
Daily, I will do my LinkedIn post. Like I say, since March this year, I'm committed to writing LinkedIn posts. So before my day starts at 9 a.m., I basically spend time commenting on posts, writing an article. And for the rest of the day, I'm busy with my work and looking at partnership and sales opportunities with my partners and customers.
Wow.
Wow. What's next for Thomas Hoon?
What's next for Thomas Hoon? I'm literally, it's 10:30. I'm going to bed after this call. I'm just kidding. but what's next? Actually, I'm looking at some business in Thailand.
Mm.
I'm running a management consultancy business now, but I'm looking to diversify my business. So I'm looking at some tourism related products there in Thailand. That's the reason for my trip last week. So we're looking to invest in building a resort there and try to market it. So that's next on my pipeline.
Wow, I mean, traveling all to the various countries, seeing all the different cultures, it had to enrich you and enrich your life as a person. I mean, just going to go right way back a little bit from the beginning. Have you ever dreamed that this is what your life would have been
Well,
starting in this business?
when I was young, I always dream about being a professional footballer, but unfortunately, I suck at it. So, so the next best thing is to be a travel-related industry, in which I did take up a diploma in tourism management, but unfortunately, I did not pursue a career there. But the next best thing is I pursue a sales career, which is a regional role, and it allows me to actually uh, interact and communicate with people of different cultures, different nationalities, different backgrounds, different thinking. It allows me to visit many different places in the world. I've shared with you some of my customers in Asia. I have a chance to visit Europe many times. I have a chance to visit Seattle, which is the heartbeat of all the innovation. I love what my career has actually brought me.
Yeah.
It's a 23 years long career. I'm still enjoying every minute of it. There was a year in which I need to fly 49 weeks in a year. But to tell you whether is it tiring, no, because passion is what drives me.
Hmm.
I'm excited to be out there doing deals, talking to people. I've stayed in Thailand for 3 years. I stayed in China now 7 years and counting. So I'm actually exposed to all different cultures, experience, and if I'm going to look back into my career, what has I achieved? I believe all these lovely memories of meeting new people, customers who became your friends, uh, and your opportunity to stay in that particular
Hmm.
country and immerse in those cultures. Those are something that I wouldn't give up for.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Wow. There is someone is saying that they would love to invite you to Bangladesh.
Wow.
I would go there. In fact, I went to Bangladesh 3 times, because one of the companies there is my customer. So I've been to Dhaka 3 times. So if you are inviting me there, I'll definitely happy to go again because I have wonderful memories there of Bangladesh and Dhaka.
Wow. Wow.
Connect, connect, connect.
Wow.
Send me a connect.
Connect with Thomas.
Yeah,
Connect with Thomas. Connect with him and see where the connection leads.
wonderful.
Wow. Thomas, listening to you this morning, there is so many things that you have really bring out
Hmm.
to help a young entrepreneur who is about to start a business, someone also who is in a business and the business is not going that well. You dropped so many gems this morning for us that we could really use to really help ourselves to grow. And one of the key points that you bring out is that if we are sitting there and we are wondering, oh, my business is not going in a direction, you're saying get a mentor,
Hmm.
grab yourself a coach that could help you to really see things with a fresh eye. And you are here this morning, they could reach out to you because you are such an inspiration to many people around this world. Looking at you and listening to you, you bring that level of energy that could help someone to really understand how can I do this? How can I start out a business? Or if the business is not going so well, these are the things that I need to do in order to see success and to achieve success with my business. You really bring it home this morning for us.
You did.
Yes, you did bring it home this morning. And I know people will be reaching out to you because you can be able to help them, as I said, to really dive deep into that entrepreneurial mindset. So, in the comments below, reach out to Thomas. His email address is there. Write him an email, reach out to him so he could help you He could be your mentor, he could be your coach, and help you to move forward with your business. Joan?
Wow, the hour went by so quickly. Thomas, we would love to have you back with us because you have outlined, you give us a great overview of rejection, determination,
Mm-hmm.
continue forward, don't hold back yourself, and all those key pointers, all those key nuggets. You have enriched us in a level of understanding. What do I do? How do I support myself, and having the right kind of people? Because as you mentioned, when you start up a business and you have a team around you, we all have to be in the level of alignment, because
Yeah.
our aspiration and what we are aspiring for this business, we all have to work together towards that. You talk about retirement and what someone should do when they leave retirement, not just to look and see what their passion is and they can support someone else and invest in that area. You dropped so much a gem on us this morning. And so the viewers who are here watching us and those who are going to be catching us in the replay, connect with Thomas. He's such an amazing person. He can help you and guide you and coach you for whatever your passion or your dream or your purpose is. So, Thomas, we just want to congratulate you for the great impact you have created in the world for 23 years doing business and getting to enjoy all the fruits. But you didn't get to enjoy that you enjoying now. It took hard work. It took you moving through rejection. It took you moving through all the different challenges. And now here you are serving the world and helping us not to make those pitfalls, but move forward in a new level of direction. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you for having me in the show. It's a privilege for me to be in this show, and it's a privilege to share my experience with everybody on this show.
Yeah, thank you so much, Thomas, for taking that time and sitting with us for this 1 hour. And it's like giving us a spreadsheet, you know, of different things that we can use, different modalities that we can use to help us in our business, or if we want to start a business. You outline to us the things that we can use. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, Jahanara. She said that I like to create women entrepreneurs, help women and girls free of cost. So I know she's going to be reaching out to you, Thomas, so
Yep.
you guys could have a talk and see where it leads from there. Because collaboration is the key these days. Collaborate, reach out, connect, collaborate.
Yep.
It helps someone, because many times we cannot do it on our own.
Wow.
We
True,
got to
true.
collaborate with someone to help us to move forward. So reach out to Thomas, collaborate with him, have a talk with him. All his handles is in the comments below. Reach out and have a talk with him. Thomas, is there a book on the way with you?
Not yet, but
I
hopefully
like,
in the next
yeah.
5 years time, when I decided to slow down a bit and start to write a book.
I like how you yet, because that means it is coming, but not
Y-
yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
yeah,
Never say no. Never say no.
absolutely.
No,
Never say no. Yes,
Hmm.
yes. I think that would be a great selling book.
it will be.
Yes, it will be a great selling book, because there you have all these experiences moving through from since you started moving through. You gather all these experiences, and now you could put it into book form to help someone who is now starting up or experiencing challenges with their business. You're able to drop these gems in a book as a guideline for someone. So we need that book from you.
We're waiting.
I'll send a free copy to you once it's ready.
Of course.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
you're welcome back. Whenever that book is out, you're welcome back to come back on Soul Light and Body to promote that book.
Yes.
Definitely appreciate it.
And we
Yes, you're
also
welcome.
you to be a guest on our radio show as well.
I would love to be a guest again in your show.
Yes. Because we have we myself and Joan, we are doing a radio show out from the United Kingdom,
Hmm.
enrichment of the mind, body, and soul. And we will love to invite you to be on that radio show because it's being broadcast to 14 countries around the world. And
Mm-hmm.
you will able to give value and help someone to understand in those countries how they can develop a business, how they can start a business to catapult themselves towards success. So we're extending that invitation to you
Yes.
right now.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And to all the viewers, we just want to thank you for taking the time and sitting with us for this 1 hour. And I hope that you write down these gems.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that you take these tools with you as you move forward with your business. Thank you so much for your beautiful comments. Thank you so much for your questions. If there is any question that Thomas did not answer, please reach out to him with your question. His email address is in the comments below. Reach out to him and ask him the question, and he will answer your question for you. So thank you once again and have a fabulous week. Continue to believe in yourself. Whenever challenges come up, it's just to help you to understand that you know what? I can use this challenge to move forward in life. If rejection comes up, you can use that rejection to move forward in life. Don't give up. Don't allow fear to paralyze you. Don't doubt yourself. See those things as fuel to move you forward in life. Thank you guys so much. We love you. And thank you so much for tuning in to Soul, Light, and Body. If you have not subscribed, please go and subscribe so you will never miss none of this juicy episode. Thomas, thank you once again for taking the time because we
Thank you,
know you're
Karen.
busy and you take this time to join us on Soul, Light, and Body. And we do appreciate you doing this for us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
know.
you.
Thank you.
Don't forget to nourish yourself. Don't forget to nourish so that you can do life. Let's take this.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy Thompson, for being
Thank
behind the scenes to help us with each show that we do on Mondays and Fridays. Thank you so much, Tommy
you.
Thompson. Bye bye. Have a fabulous week.
Bye.
See you on Friday. Bye bye.
See you, everyone.